What's up, people? I am back for another video. Sorry I didn't do a video Monday or yesterday. But today we're continuing on with the Police Academy movies, and then later in the evening, actually not even in the evening, it'll probably be later, like in the afternoon. Late afternoon, I'm gonna review. We're gonna do Bad Movie Wednesdays. We're gonna do the shitty Crow. We're gonna do Crow 2. I've never seen it. So we'll see. Who knows? It may not even be that bad. I think it will be, but we'll see. So I'll review that later. Um, I'll try to do it early because I don't know, because I might be on Discord later in the evening. So, and I probably will be on there for a while. So, if anything, I'll do it like in the afternoon. But Police Academy 3, Back in Training. I really like this one. This one is probably my second favorite. I love the first one. Then it would be this one. I think I really love that it kind of. I'm probably gonna title it that, Back to Basics. I think that's what this was. This was like a nice, just back to basics, but it switches the roles. All the students from the academy from the first one basically are now teachers, and they have to teach the new generation. And pretty much the premise is the two academies, Mauser's academy, and then the other one, held by Sergeant Proctor. He's basically like the bad guy of, well, I guess somewhat antagonist of the film. And basically, they're the only two police academies left, and pretty much they can't afford to pretty much have two, so they have to compete to which one, and bringing in new recruits, including Feckler's brother, not brother, wife, Zed, who you might remember was the villain from the last one. He's probably my favorite character this entire movie. I love how funny he is. He's so for the scene where he's huffing the fucking smoke from the smoke grenade. It's fucking great. I love Sergeant Tackleberry and Hooks. Like, they pretty much do a lot of the same gags, but they don't spam it. They even bring back the prostitute from the first movie for a scene. It's just an all, and I think every character is great in this one. I love the Asian guy, Tomoko Nagata or something like that, I think was the character's name, and his whole thing is he has a crush on Callahan, and then the scene where he gets with her, she puts him between her boobs is fucking hilarious. Yeah. This is back when you can actually laugh about shit. And then probably my favorite Larvell Jones joke in the movie is when he does the martial arts, and he does the way he always does the bad dubbing. he nails how they talk in those movies perfectly. But yeah, I love Police Academy 3. It's my second favorite of the franchise. Interested to see where 4 goes. I think I've liked all of them. Like, number, I think 2 is good. I just think 3 is just, I love how it's just back to, like, it really is like kind of like the first one. It's pretty much, you gotta train new recruits, but except it's the recruits from the first movie having to train a new generation of recruits. It works. Perfect movie. So, overall, I'd probably give this one like a 9 out of 10, especially as a comedy. It's very simple. I love back old comedies knew how to use jokes, even multiple times, and it not come off like you're spamming jokes, which unfortunately, I think actually that'll be a video one day where I'll talk about like the problem with a lot of modern comedy. I think I did a video like this years ago, but I definitely want to do an updated one because I think there's definitely some new issues with comedy versus when I did that video originally. One of them is they spam jokes too much. They like will spam you the same joke. Like, there's a way to do a same joke over and over and it not come off like you're just spamming the joke. Like, they don't, like in these movies, they don't spam Larvell Jones, like, or they do it a lot, but they don't spam it. His he knows how to make those sounds, or Hooks' voice, where she starts off kind of mouse and then she has to get like really loud, later, like, or the Blue Oyster Bar, right? They don't spam that joke. Like, they do it a couple of times in each movie, but they don't spam it. And that's what I think makes these movies work versus like something like Ghostbusters Frozen Empire is a perfect example of this, where they kept spamming the Fire Master joke, and it wasn't funny. It was kind of funny the first time, but then they kept spamming it. So, really quick, I guess I don't think I really did get into what I got going on this week. So, I was supposed to do videos Monday and Tuesday. I didn't, but it is what it is. So, today we're doing this one. several hours from now. Like, I'm gonna try to do it like during the day, but I'm gonna review the Crow sequel tomorrow. I will be reviewing Truth or Dare. We're gonna be roasting that movie. That movie was fucking bad. It's another just shit Blue House movie. And then Friday, the plan is I'm gonna try to see the new Godzilla, and we're gonna review that. And I think this weekend I'm gonna review. I watched it. I just couldn't get to it Monday, but this is a movie my friend Steve recommended me. It's called Lockout with Guy Pearce. It's actually a pretty good film. It's pretty much a prison breakout film I guess, kind of in the future. So I'll be reviewing that on the weekend. And maybe we'll do like a Screen Rant article. I've been meaning. I haven't gotten around to looking at them yet, but I'll definitely check some out. But anyway, guys, let's get to the video. Sorry about that. I don't know why I didn't. The movie pretty much opens up. The police don't have enough. Department basically, or the city doesn't have enough to have two police academies. Sergeant Mauser's police academy versus Proctor's, and basically they have to. Well, they're gonna get evaluated. They're gonna decide which one to keep, and Mauser decides he's gonna bring back the students basically the graduating students from the first film, who I thought was kind of cool how they all got brought back. I love Tackleberry. I just love how over the top he is. Like, scene later where he tries to tell his recruits to go to bed. One of them's like, I'm gonna keep watching TV. He just shoots the TV. I just love how over the top he is. So the new recruits are Karen, who's basically the love interest for Mahoney. Nagata, the Asian guy who he initially goes to Proctor's, but Proctor makes racist jokes about him being Asian and all that. So he brings them to. Sorry, this fucking dog will not shut up. Sorry. But he sends him to Mal's basically to set because he thinks he's not a good officer, so he kind of thinks he's gonna sabotage. We meet Feckler's wife. I admit I do not remember her name. Zed and Sweet Chuck, who basically Sweet Chuck is I think you see him in the second movie for like really quick, where he's Store is fucked with by Zed. Basically, Zed just bullies him the whole time, and I'll admit, man, Zed is my favorite character in the movie. He was so funny. Every scene with him, his voice, and just how over the top he is. Because there's a scene later where we see Nagata, he holds his hand over a candle, and it's not hurting him. And then Zed just fucking, he just does it real quick, it's not that hard. Or the scene later where they do basically a smoke grenade test, throw a smoke grenade in the building, and he just goes in there just huffing the fucking smoke. It's great. I think they do a good job with his character. And, it's funny. This guy was a bad guy in the last one. Let's try to make him a cop. So, basically, then the movie kind of goes from, pretty much it's just them kind of evaluating each team. There's a scene where Proctor tries to get them to go to the field while evaluating. Basically, he sends two men who are undercover at Mauser's academy, basically to fuck with them. So I do like, that's why I was saying kind of back to basics, because it's pretty much you have a lot of the kind of similar scenes. You have the training scene, you have the scene where Mahoney's fucking with Proctor, except this time he's the fucking he's a cop, but pretty much a lot of similar scenes like in the first one, except with like new recruits, them having weapons training, climbing training. You have a scene where you have the karate scene, kind of like similar to the first movie. And then we have the scene where Nagata beats the karate teacher. Just I love that guy because it was like pretty much because he was Asian. Let's be real. That's what the whole joke was, because he was Asian. He beats him easily. He was great. There's a scene where they're like some kind of dance or ball or whatever, and Mahoney pranks Proctor by before he removes Proctor's eyebrows because he tapes them over, so they pull it off and it pulls off his eyebrows. So he has to. So the rest of the gag is he has to get either fake eyebrows. It's pretty funny. You have a scene where they're at the ball. Oh, before that, that's where pretty much Nagata's whole arc is that he likes fucking Callahan and he has a fake for her. So he talks to Larvell Jones how to get her, and then basically he brings her Callahan flowers. She just literally yanks them in and just lets, basically, he doesn't necessarily mow because he's not like moving, but he's pretty much like a stationary motorboat. Because she just puts him on her boobs. It's funny as fuck. And I love how funny the whole team is. Like, it's earlier in the film, but there's a scene where Hooks is trying to get like the new crews to settle down on the bus. So she starts off, you see all mousy, then she gets the fucking like the freeze dirtbag kind of voice out. It's great. Like, I love, like, they have a gag for each of the members. Like the scene where Hightower is first reintroduced in the movie. He's posing as like a girl, so like someone could try to snatch his purse and someone does, and he just flips them. It's fucking great. It's a great movie. Or there's a scene later where they're training him with dogs, and he's like, you gotta get a dog. He tells them to kneel, and the fucking students all kneel too, not just the dogs. It's fucking great. Like, I think this one just, I don't know, I like the second one, but I just think this one just kind of brings it back to its roots almost. Actually, so I'm not even going to say back to basics, back to its roots. That's kind of what I'm going to title the video, because it kind of is that. So he pulls a prank on Sergeant Proctor's second, and basically, if you remember the prostitute from the last movie, or the first movie, he basically has her have sex with him and pretty much steal the guy's clothes, so he's just running around naked. It's fucking great. Basically, somebody's house ends up getting robbed. Like, it's someone big. House gets robbed by these guys in masks, and Sergeant Proctor's team basically cowers. Yeah, so basically Mahoney's team has to come in and pretty much. So there isn't like really, like, if you remember the first movie kind of and the second one, there was kind of a bad guy. This one, I mean, there is a bad guy. I mean, it's these robbers in the end because they're pretty much the ones you gotta beat, but they weren't built up or anything. They just kind of show up out of nowhere, I guess they are the antagonists, but they're the antagonists just for the literally just for the final act, because they're not built up or anything. To be fair, these movies, the bad guys aren't necessarily built up either, because even the bad guy from the first one isn't necessarily built up, because the first one was mostly about them training to become officers, so there really isn't like some bad guy in the background. There never has been. Even in the second one, there was never, so it works how they do bad guys in these movies. There isn't like some bad guy from the start. If anything, the antagonist is like, in this one, it's like Proctor. He's kind of your antagonist because he wants to be the only police academy. And yeah, he's trying to sabotage Mauser's police academy. So in that sense, yeah, I guess you do have an antagonist, but you don't have like a villain until the end with these robber guys. So Mahoney's team pretty much takes down the bad guys. Proctor's school is pretty much taken down. because they fail to stop the robbers. And you kind of have, like, if you remember, like, in the first movie, you have, like, the graduation where recruits graduate. Kind of the same deal here. But yeah, great movie. Like, it kind of goes back to the roots, you know, it goes back to basics, you know. You know, people came to our movie because, you know, we did this police academy, so we're going to actually have it be back in the academy. And it's this time experienced recruits from the first one now actually becoming the teachers, which was fun. I thought it was great. This will definitely be one of the three I watched the most. The first one and then this one, definitely. I like all of them. I'm liking them so far. I'm definitely hoping 4 is good. I've been told that's pretty much where I should stop. I might still watch 5. I don't know if I'll review it though, but I'll probably just watch it just to see where it starts to go bad, but I don't necessarily think I'm gonna review it. But overall, Police Academy 3 is great. It really just, yeah, I just love how some of the funny gags. Zed is one of my favorite characters in the movie. He's probably my favorite of the new recruits. The main team is great. Proctor was a good antagonist. He was a fun one. Especially the scenes of his eyebrows. He's trying to talk to, like, the main police chief, and he's got his fucking fake eyebrows. It's fucking great. Yeah. Out of 10, I'd give this one a 9. 2, I'd give it 8. So, you know, I still think they're overall great movies, all of them so far. So, we'll see where 4 goes. So I'm definitely gonna try to do that one on Tuesday for sure. I'll try to do that one on Tuesday next week. So later, it won't be in the evening. It'll probably be. I'm gonna do this in the afternoon. I'm probably gonna start the movie, The Crow 2, around like noonish, or a little bit before noon, and then probably after. I might just do like a straight up right after the movie ends. I'll talk about The Crow 2, and we'll just do it in the afternoon. But yeah, so that's the plan. And then tomorrow, Truth or Dare. And then Friday should be Godzilla X Kong. Obviously, it'll be all spoilers. And I'll put spoilers in the title because I know my friend Mara isn't going to see it the weekend of. And some other people. So I know there will be some people who won't care about spoilers. I know most people know when I talk movies, for the most part, I generally do spoilers, at least when it's new. But I figure I'll put spoiler in the title just to be nice. But yeah, like the reason I do that way is just because, I'm gonna be honest, I know some people do 2 reviews, like they do like a non-spoiler and a spoiler. What's the fucking point of doing 2 videos of the same movie? It is really hard for me to be non-spoiler. The most I can say sometimes is, oh, it was good. That is as non-spoiler as I can get. I don't know if I can do a whole video like that. So I generally just, if I'm gonna talk a new movie, I'm just gonna go spoilers. I like to talk of details in movies. But anyway, so the plan is to see that Friday, but tomorrow, later in the evening, we'll be doing Crow 2 for Bad Movie Wednesdays, and then I'm gonna take a break to do because I'm gonna eventually watch all the Crow sequels. Figured why not do it before the shitty new one comes out? So I'm probably just going to do just Crow 2, and then we're going to pause at least the other ones until maybe like May or June, around there. But next Wednesday, I think I'm going to do that Possessions movie finally. I've been meaning to, but figure why not do Crow 2 first. Anyway, guys, call it here. Police Academy 2 is great. 3 is great. I'm loving these movies so far. So these are the only 3 I've actually seen. So now we're actually going to get into the one I've not seen. So that one's going to be fun to go in that one blind. So, because I've not seen Police Academy 4. I forgot how funny the first 3 though are. How funny they are. So hopefully 4 continues. But anyway, guys, I'm going to end it here. Later today will be The Crow 2. And then, yeah, guys, talk to y'all later. Peace.